Today's video is going to be a bit different from normal. We're going to talk about a Black Ops 2 remaster in 2022, which would be the 10-year anniversary of this game releasing. If you guys didn't see, I posted something on my YouTube community tab about 9 years ago today was the official reveal trailer for Black Ops 2. May 1st, 2012, we got our first look at this game. The trailer is playing in the background. Such an iconic game. And in this video, I'm going to go through what a BO2 remaster would look like, the zombies multiplayer campaign. Would Treyarch actually do it? Does it make sense for them to do it, or is it never going to happen? We're going to go through the pros and cons. We're also going to look at some leaks for Zombie Chronicles 2 and an implementation of Black Ops 2 features into the current Treyarch title. So a lot of stuff to go through here in today's video. I want to give a big thank you guys yet again. We are now about 650 subs away from 75k on the channel. So if you are new, you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if we can go for 800 likes on the video, I'd appreciate that so much as well. I want to start off this video by asking a very simple question. Do you want to see a Black Ops 2 remaster, or are you satisfied with what Call of Duty is offering to us now? Black Ops Cold War, Warzone, Modern Warfare stuff. And it also could be the case that even if we do get a BO2 remaster, it just wouldn't be the same like it was back in the day. Throughout this video, we're also going to talk about what Treyarch's next game is going to be. We know that Cold War is a direct sequel to Black Ops 1. We had theories about that game being just titled Black Ops and that it would be a reboot of the Black Ops series. That didn't happen, but we could see something similar to this in the future, just like how Infinity Ward are doing it with the OG Modern Warfare titles, Modern Warfare 2019 and then Modern Warfare 2 in 2022 presumably, and they'll probably end up doing Modern Warfare 3 a couple of years later. And I could see Treyarch's next game going in a similar direction. They could just title it Black Ops 2 and it could be whatever they want to be. Maybe it's a sequel to Black Ops 2, maybe it's a reboot of Black Ops 2, which means the same characters but a different plot. Maybe it'll be a half remaster of BO2 and then half of it new content. It seems to be working really well for Infinity Ward right now, and even Battlefield is rumored to just title their game this year Battlefield. That's it. And I don't know if it's going to be a reboot or anything, but a lot of games nowadays are doing this, and I could easily see Treyarch trying to go in that direction. They missed the chance with Black Ops this year. I think a lot of people would have been fine with this year's Call of Duty being just Call of Duty Black Ops. Black Ops Cold War being a direct sequel of BO1 was also a really cool idea. The campaign was really sick, so I'm glad they did the Cold War thing here. But in the future, BO2 could easily be just the straight up title of the game, and a lot of what we're talking about in this video could just be implemented into that game. So it wouldn't be a true remaster of BO2, but it would be something in that realm. But let's go through here the different parts of Black Ops 2. A quick description here of the campaign. It follows up the story of Black Ops and is set in the late 80s and in 2025. In the 80s, the player switches control between Alex Mason and Frank Woods, two of the protagonists from Black Ops, while in 2025, the player assumes control of Mason's son, David. Both time periods involve the characters pursuing Raul Menendez, a Nicaraguan cartel leader who was responsible for kidnapping Woods in the 80s and later sparking a second Cold War in 2025. This is a very solid campaign to be remastered, and even if Black Ops 2 isn't fully remastered, seeing a standalone Black Ops 2 campaign remastered like we saw with MW2 campaign remastered would be really sick, and a lot of people would probably want to see this. We still haven't seen a Black Ops 1 campaign remastered or even a World at War campaign remastered, so maybe I would want to see those first. Maybe they could do a bundle with all of the Treyarch campaigns remastered in one big pack. That'd be pretty sick as well. But BO2's campaign would be really sick to see again for sure. Now, moving on to multiplayer, Black Ops 2 had arguably one of the best multiplayers of all time. My personal favorite. So many fan favorite good maps: Standoff Raid, Express, Hijacked, Downhill, Slums, even maps like Meltdown, Turbine, Vertigo, Yemen. So many good maps, and the DLC maps were fire as well. The DLC maps were so good. So Black Ops 2 multiplayer maps are really sick, and we've been seeing a lot of them return in recent games, especially in Black Ops Cold War. The problem with Black Ops 2's multiplayer being remastered and released is the same problem we're seeing with MW2's multiplayer being remastered. Warzone is too popular now. The current DLC cycle for Call of Duty, it's way too good for Activision, and I don't know if they're going to want to divert attention and get rid of that and mess it up by releasing a remastered multiplayer on top of a normal Call of Duty premium release on top of Warzone content. It seems like a bit too much, and that's most likely what's holding back them from releasing MW2 remastered multiplayer. So if we're not even seeing MW2 remastered multiplayer, which there are leaks and evidence for, then BO2 remastered multiplayer, which there's no leaks and evidence for, there's no way that's going to happen. But a way we could see this in the game is if they do implement it into either Black Ops Cold War or their next game, the sequel to Black Ops Cold War, which maybe could just be called Black Ops 2. That's it. And what they could do is pretty much bring back almost all of the original multiplayer maps, almost all of the original weapons and features from BO2 multiplayer, and throw it into a whole new game alongside new original content. So Treyarch's next game after Black Ops Cold War, which could be called Black Ops 2, would feature a bunch of new content. I still want them to do new stuff. It wouldn't necessarily be a remaster of Black Ops 2, but it would also include a bunch of the BO2 content that we saw from its multiplayer, and that would be the best way for them to do some type of remaster without actually doing a whole remaster of the game. The problem is here, it's not going to be the same as it was back in 2012, 2013. That's never going to happen. Even if they separately remastered BO2's multiplayer, it's just not going to be the same way it was back in the day. Back in the day, it hits different, the nostalgia is different, and you're not going to have that same nostalgia now. So we just have to accept that BO2 remastered, it's not going to be the same, but if they do implement a bunch of the multiplayer content into the next game, or even Cold War right now, that would be really, really cool. And we do have leaks here already that Black Ops 2 is very much on Treyarch's mind. They know how much people love BO2, and it seems like right now we're seeing a lot of BO2 content in Cold War. We got Express, we got Raid, so maybe they're just going to throw a bunch of the multiplayer maps into this game, and that would be quote-unquote their way of, remastering BO2 without fully remastering it in the game. Now let's talk about Black Ops 2 Zombies, Transit, Nuketown, Die Rise, Mob of the Dead, Buried, Origins, Grief, that game mode, the Victus crew, our first sighting of the Primus crew. I mean, Black Ops 2 Zombies was so unbelievably goated, it's insane. And to see this entire Zombies game mode on next gen would be so insanely beautiful. And this would also mean that, Zombie Chronicles 2, which are the 3 zombie maps that still have not been remade or remastered, Transit, Buried, Die Rise, those would finally be released into the game. The thing is here, there's a good chance that we might see those maps in Cold War Zombies right now. We've had plenty of evidence for it, and recently Call of Duty Hope, a leaker, said that Zombie Chronicles 2 was ported to Cold War, so there's a very good chance we do see it this year. And if we do see Zombie Chronicles 2 in Cold War, most likely they're not going to remake them again in a Black Ops 2 remastered game. So what we see this year really will determine what we see in the future for Black Ops 2 remade content, and maybe they'll delay it and not release it in Cold War and save it for that BO2 reboot that we could see in, I guess, 2023 after Modern Warfare 2 comes out. And again, that's all just a theory, but I guess it would make sense to tie that along with the second Black Ops game, the sequel to Black Ops 2, or whatever they're gonna do after Black Ops Cold War. Maybe those maps would be better fitted and suited for that game. But again, we'll probably know very soon what the state of Zombie Chronicles 2 is. And I'm not gonna lie, I would still want to see Mob of the Dead return, Origins return, Grief definitely. Those maps, even though we've seen those before, Mob was remade in Black Ops 4 as Blood of the Dead. Those maps were really sick, and to see them revamped again, honestly, I wouldn't mind it at all. I know I say all the time I like remakes. I also do want to see original content. I'm saying here, if they have extra time and they really want to do a cool callback to the past games, especially BO2, they could do this here. And I think a lot of people probably wouldn't be too mad if we saw a faithful remaster of Mob of the Dead brought into the game instead of just Blood of the Dead, which, a lot of people didn't really like in BO4. And a faithful remaster of Mob was also actually leaked by the Woo Lads, credible leakers, back in Black Ops 4. So maybe, it's something they they're actually thinking about and we could see in the near future. So hopefully we do eventually see something like that. But finally here, Black Ops 2 Remastered, is it actually possible? Is it something they're gonna do? On paper, it really sounds like a good idea. Seeing all parts of this game remastered and brought into a new era, the next gen consoles, PCs nowadays, I mean, it would look so good. It would be so fun to play. But now times are different. The multiplayer will just not be the same as it was back in the day. Things were just different, and nostalgia definitely blinds us a lot. And we're not going to realize that, okay, you know what? BO2 now just practically would not be the same experience as it was back then. I was in the 7th grade back then. Call of Duty just hit different back then. It's not going to hit the same now, and I just have to accept that. But it would be cool, as I've been talking about throughout this video, for them to implement more of Black Ops 2's content into the current game, Cold War. And maybe again, if Treyarch's next Black Ops game, which could be either a sequel to Black Ops 2 or maybe just called Black Ops 2 or some type of Black Ops reboot like all of the other studios are doing nowadays, that would be cool, and that would give them a good opportunity to maybe throw in a bit more BO2 content while still making a new game with new original content. So in that case, it wouldn't be a full remaster of BO2, but it would be something. I think a lot of people would probably prefer that. New content, some old BO2 content. I feel like that would be a pretty interesting game, but let me know down below your opinions on this, constructive criticism. What do you guys think about a BO2 remaster? Do you like it being implemented into the current games? Do you want to be separate? Do you want all of this stuff? Do you hate BO2? Let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know as well, do you want me to make more videos like this where it's not just based on news and leaks and we go through a bunch of other ideas and theories and stuff with Call of Duty and what they could do in the future? Let me know down below if you have any other ideas for videos I could talk about in the future. But again, that's pretty much it for this video. Leave a comment down below, BO2 or Black Ops 2. If you watch the entire video, it is greatly appreciated. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I will see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.